Hey guys, Carlz0r here, and today we're going to be taking a look at a game called Habitat. This is an early access game, which of course means that what you see here won't be representative of the final product when it's released, but it is representative of what you'll be getting if you decide to support the game on Steam Early Access right now and purchase it. This is version 0.1, and I think it's definitely workable enough that we can kind of get a grasp for what the basic gameplay anyway is going to be like, and you can determine for yourself whether it's something you want to pick up, or whether it's something you want to watch, or whether it's something you're not interested in at all. The decisions are yours, of course. Anyway, click on How to Play here, and if you want to read this for yourself, just click on the pause button and change it to high quality and all that stuff, and you should be able to read everything relatively well. Of course, I will be explaining the gameplay mechanics as well as I can as I actually play the game. Anyway, let's click on Options really quick, and you'll see that all we have in here right now is music volume and effects volume. Although when you start the game, it has one of those Unity game gray box pop-up thingies that allows you to select the graphics quality, resolution, windowed mode, and all that kind of stuff when you start the game. So if you need to tweak any of that to make the game run better on your system, that is where you would do that. Anyway, let's hit Start Game. So when we start out here, you're greeted with the main gameplay screen here. We can move this camera around with WASD. We can rotate with Q and E, and we can zoom in and out with the mouse wheel. This is our main ship here that we start with. This is the IPC Transport Shuttle. Basically looks like a very fancy space shuttle. We also have these two booster rockets, sorry, can't talk today. Two booster rockets strapped to the side. We have all this other stuff floating around us too, and you may be wondering, if you haven't seen this game before, what's all this stuff for? What does it do? Well, it does a lot of crazy stuff. Well, what is that? I haven't even seen that. Okay, we're going to try that. Anyway, let me first start showing you some of the basic gameplay mechanics. If we see something we like, click on it, bring it near our ship, and you'll see these little connection points pop up. I'm actually going to rotate the object with Z and C to get it facing the direction that I want, although these are omnidirectional thrusters, I don't think it really matters. And we are going to place them on our ship. We can go ahead and grab two of them while we're here. And what those will allow us to do is kind of have more control over our steering and stuff like that. We can kind of help maneuver our ship with these because they fire in multiple directions. These small booster rockets and these big booster rockets that are located around here, they are kind of an on and off thing. This game is kind of physics based, so if you want to maneuver with just your big rockets, you could, for instance, just turn on one rocket and you kind of be pulled more around in this direction, whereas by the way, if you hit spacebar, you can pause yourself. You can stop yourself in mid-space with 200 resources. You could turn on everything and move in a mostly forward direction. Of course, symmetry will matter, of course, for this game. If you have more mass on one side than the other, you kind of get pushed around in weird directions and stuff like that. Anyway, let's grab some weapon-like objects from someplace. We can grab this militarized T-Rex head. Gosh, I'm having so much difficulty speaking today. Let's go ahead and pop those on the front of our omnidirectional thrusters, which, by the way, the omnidirectional thruster, you control like this. You turn them on, and then you push the direction you want to go, and they'll start firing to send you in that direction. If you use them really carefully, you can kind of steer with them, or you can use them to nudge you around space, depending on how they're centered on your ship and stuff like that. You could use them a little bit like the, whatever those thrusters are called in Kerbal Space Program. Gosh, I haven't played that game in so long. The ones that kind of maneuver you around space and stuff, the little multi-directional ones. I can't remember what they're called for some reason. Anyway, let's grab this tank, and we'll spin it around, and we'll attach it in a similar manner to this other side here. Let's go ahead and stop ourselves so we don't crash into anything. So once again, this game is very physics-based. If we crash into something, it could knock our parts around, and we could cause some damage to our ship. Speaking of which, if we want to kind of reinforce things a little bit, we can build extra connectors between stuff, so we could kind of make this connection a little bit more secure, although that line's a little bit too long for us to use. We could connect it right there, I don't know if that's actually going to help anything or not. It might help keep that attached a little bit better. Anyway, if we put those in more opportune places, we would, of course, be able to secure them a little bit more with more struts. I wonder if there's any place I could attach this to. Not yet. Maybe if we start adding some more parts, we will come upon something like that. Now, these big booster rockets, they're going to give us a lot of speed, but sometimes in this game, a lot of speed isn't necessarily a good thing. Let's head on over in this direction. Oops, I forgot to turn off build mode. Remember to click that button in order to start actually controlling your ship parts again. Now, if you stray too close to Earth, then you'll start seeing this red thing come up that tells you that you're getting too close and that you need to be careful. I'm going to start using my omnidirectional ones. These use resources, by the way, and you want to be careful about that. Resources are something that are generated automatically right now, but I think eventually there's going to be like a mechanic where you're trying to manage the civilians that are living in your habitat, and that'll have something to do with resource production. I don't know because the game isn't that far along in development yet. We can't necessarily know that for sure, but I think that's the plan. But you need resources to do stuff like use your omnidirectional thrusters, make ship repairs, build extra support struts, create more engineers, which for some reason I only have one right now. Yeah, for some reason I only have one engineer right now. The other one... Oh, wait, no, he's back. Okay, we have two. If we want more, we can click there, and it'll create another one, and now we have three. I'm not sure where they all are right now. Okay, one was over there, one's right there, and one's right there. And you can kind of assign them to specific places, too. You can click on him and say, I want you on the T-Rex head. And he'll do repairs on that if it becomes necessary to do that. Anyway, let's make our way over to this thing and see what it is. I do at some point... Oh, yeah. I do at some point want to show you guys something cool I saw in another video. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this big booster rocket, even though I don't really plan on using it as a thrust for my own ship. We will use it for a fun purpose later on. And you don't want to move around too much while you're trying to attach ship parts and stuff, but you can move around a little bit. You just don't want your engineers to get left behind and everything to get all confusing and weird. Use the omnidirectional thrusters to kind of orient ourselves in the right direction. Just turn that one on for a second. And then start turning on that one. And the middle one, turn that one off. Turn that one on. Gotta kind of manage your thrust a little bit here to get yourself moving in the right direction, especially when it comes to the non-controllable booster rockets. And if I didn't mention this already, hitting spacebar kind of just pauses you in mid-space, and that is a very useful thing indeed. Now, hold on a second. This thing says that it is a highly experimental anti-Carlz0r matter drive, imparts near-instant acceleration on any object within its field. Sorry, I'm having trouble reading. The screen's a little bit small for me right now since I'm recording. So is this like a slingshot? Is this used to hurl stuff at enemies? Or wherever? Let's give it a try. Let's just put it someplace and see what we can do with it. I will rotate it around, and maybe we'll plop it right over here. Now you'll remember earlier that I said that putting stuff in a place that's symmetrical kind of helps because of the way the thrust controls and stuff like that. You don't want your ship to be all weird and off balance, and things hanging off the side like this tend to get ripped off if you have like a minor collision or something, so you do want to be careful, but I plan on getting rid of this thing in a minute anyway, so we're just going to go with it. We'll go ahead and use up some resources here to maneuver ourselves. Use Q and E to rotate ourselves around a little bit. What I'm going to try to do... What does this do when I click on it? Okay. So I think what I want to do is put something in there, like a floating object in space, like maybe this omnidirectional thruster up here. If I can get that maneuvered in there, it'd be easier, obviously, if it was on the front of our ship. use that to help us kind of turn and also gain a little bit of speed here. But I think if maybe I get something in there, it'll kind of slingshot it forward. Oh, you know what? I can just move stuff. You don't have to attach stuff when you're moving it. You can just kind of bring it in with one of your engineers. I'm curious about this because I haven't seen this thing yet. There are things to do in this game, don't worry. You can fight, there are enemies to find and fight. There are these nano machine clouds, and there are rogue space stations that are just looking for trouble. Let's bring him home. Come on, come home. You too. Come over here. Alright, let's turn this thing on. Oh yeah! That's cool. Now if I threw that at something, it would probably do a good amount of damage, and if it was like an explosive fuel tank or something, that would be even better. What do I want to do next? Here, let me show you one of the things I think is really cool about this game, if I can find an appropriate object. Here, let's just take this. We can destroy this connection here. And now this T-Rex head is free. We will take it and we will attach it to this thing. Get it as centered as we can, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Now, if something's being controlled by one of your engineers, it won't collide with your ship, but you don't want to run into objects that are just floating in space, because that will hurt. Plus, of course, you have like a drill attachment or something which is designed for ramming. Now, what's so cool about this idea? I will show you. First, we'll turn on the T-Rex head. Then we'll turn on the big rocket booster. Then we will destroy this connector. And now, he's free. Free to go and do as he pleases. And we can switch to him and actually have the camera focus on him. He's actually his own ship now, and we can control whether or not the T-Rex head or the thruster is on. But I like to just let him roam and see what kind of trouble he gets into. Just a T-Rex flamethrower head on a mission. Although you can... Wait, maybe I can't control this one anymore. Oh, I'm in destroy mode, that's why. Let's turn that off for a second and let it kind of spin around, because it's getting out of bounds here where there isn't really anything to find. Let's let it get spun back around a little bit, and then turn the thruster back on. And we'll come check back in on him later. Let's let him roam free for a while. And also, I don't need this thing right now, and it's just really throwing my balance off, so let's get rid of it. Now, what other objects can I find around here? I'm kind of hoping maybe I run into nanomachine cloud or something, but I'm not seeing one yet. Oh well. Oh, destroy mode off. Let's get rid of this Ferris wheel. It's going to cause us problems and get in our way if we hit it. There we go. Stop firing that one for a second. Let's use our thrusters to get ourselves reoriented here. We're going off on in a crazy direction here. Okay. Oop. Don't click on the engineer. It can be kind of hard sometimes to click on what you actually intended to click on. Oh no! That's going to cause some damage. Let's stop for a second and let it drift away. And we'll go ahead and grab this replica tank here. You may notice that that rocket is still making all kinds of crazy noise. Oh, he still wants to play with the hamburger. Stop that. Hey you. Let me click on you. I can't click on you. Forget about the hamburger. Don't want it. There we go. Let's go ahead and jet closer to it a little bit. Yeah, I know this game seems kind of slow and boring at first glance. Oh, yeah, that means that we're getting too close to the planet if we see that red border pop up. But I think that this game is really interesting because you can play with all these different pieces. You can make really elaborate ships. Your ships can be up to 30 pieces large, but I can't even imagine trying to control something like that. And you can see our engineers are repairing that because we actually damaged it when we bumped into it earlier. Let's see if this space station core up here is hostile. Let's turn ourselves around. This might actually be something that we can fight. Sometimes they'll have weapons attached to them, and this one doesn't look like it really does. Well, it has a boxing glove, but I think that's just something that it can use if it rams into something. Oh, let's turn that off. Oh, no. It can be kind of confusing controlling this game sometimes. Come on. Turn around. Turn around. You're getting too close to the planet there, bucko. Okay, just stop. Now turn that on. Use up some resources here. We have a decent amount, it doesn't really matter. We have a couple of tanks and a laser. There's a really cool thing you can do with the laser too. You can put this little focusing prism in front of it, and if you fire the laser then, it'll intensify the strength of the beam. On ahead to the space station core. Come on. Going around in circles here. Alright, moving into position. Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't really look like this one has the capacity to be very hostile. That won't stop me from shooting at it. Or maybe it will, just because I can't necessarily get to it. This is fun. Let's do this. Stop and rotate. There's also a kind of sideways rotate. And spin. Oh. Here, how about this? We'll mount it sideways. Oh, that's a good way to turn right there. Thrust backwards and fire one rocket. Now that that's attached... Oh, I forgot it comes out the top. Okay. Oh, that's actually really loud compared to most of the other sound effects. Okay, cover your ears, guys. Nice. I don't see any... oh, we should check on our other guy. What's he up to? Not much. Just roaming the vast distances of space. There's one of those laser prism units I was talking about. You can use to intensify your laser beams. Let's go back to this. Oh! Nanomachine cloud. Nanomachine cloud. Okay. Oh, I forgot I left the thruster on that. Hopefully I didn't, like, destroy anything. Okay, let's go get him. Or die trying. Looks like he's kind of heading our way, so we might have an opportunity to fight. Is he getting closer, or is he just staying there? It's hard to tell. Either way, we're coming for him. Sometimes it's nice to just stop and then restart your thrusters to kind of reorient your direction there. Let's fire that one for a second and blow up this food truck. Oh man, I don't have enough resources. I don't even have enough resources to stop. Oh, well, you know what I should do? I should turn this off so it stops draining resources. That will help significantly. It was fun while it lasted. Okay, this thing is just going to be obstinate, so let's... turn around here. Now we got the food truck attached for absolutely no reason. Yeah, we really shouldn't have left that T-Rex thing going as long as we did. That was just burning up resources the entire time. It was fun while it lasted, but yeah. It was just kind of roaming around the reaches of outer space, not really accomplishing much anymore, so we should have cut its life short while we had the chance. Ooh, that's an explosive tank of gas. We really don't want to hit that. It would be to our benefit to not hit that at all. And we are starting to get close to the nanocloud. Oh, it's firing. It hit our Lady Liberty. Return fire. I know I have one engine on this because I was kind of hoping it would turn in the right direction. Oop, that I could fire the Lady Liberty at it. Turn. Return fire. Oh, shoot. I need to have a booster rocket that's oriented the other way for quick turning. Really, really quick turning. If we turn this laser beam on at just the right moment... I know that that's really loud, and I apologize. Okay, the laser beam is kind of screwed. Get my camera rotated around so I can see properly here. Oh no! Not enough resources. Generate some resources fast. Now use Lady Liberty. We got it! We got it! Yes! Okay, now I feel like this video is complete. We survived a battle with a nanocloud. We have a very strange looking ship here with a nice side-swiping Lady Liberty raking laser. Whoosh. And I feel satisfied. So anyway, that was Habitat. At least the best I can really show you of it because I'm terrible at this game. If this looks interesting to you, the link will be in the description down below where you can go and check it out for yourself. And pick it up on Steam if you want to support the development and start playing right away. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.